Welcome! Today we're diving into New Zealand, the land of the long white cloud, sheep, and more surprises than you'd expect. We've got facts that'll make you laugh, gasp, and maybe even book a flight. Reality here feels more magical than the movies filmed there, and yes, we'll get to that. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore the beautiful, bizarre, and utterly brilliant New Zealand. New Zealand has more sheep than people. 5 million people, 27 million sheep. That's over 5 sheep for every person. Imagine being outnumbered by fluffy, grass-eating animals. Those rolling green hills, that's a sheep buffet. Here, sheep are the true locals. For fantasy fans, New Zealand is Middle-earth. Peter Jackson turned his homeland into the set for The Lord of the Rings. The whole country became a film set. Waikato is the Shire, Mount Ngauruhoe is Mount Doom. You can literally trip over a hobbit hole on your morning jog. Even Air New Zealand made epic safety videos with the cast. Here's what's in New Zealand: snakes. None. Zero. Not a single slithering reptile. You can hike, walk barefoot, or reach into dark crevices. No snakebite fear. New Zealand broke off from Gondwana before snakes evolved, and the Pacific kept them out. While Australia collected deadly creatures, New Zealand just chilled, snake-free. For anyone with ophidiophobia, this is heaven. Come to New Zealand, great scenery, friendly people, and no venomous surprises. They have strict biosecurity laws, your hiking boots will be checked. The native birds, many flightless, would be sitting ducks if snakes arrived. So if you're terrified of snakes, congratulations, you've found paradise. Now to the water. New Zealand is home to the world's smallest and rarest marine dolphin, the Hector's dolphin. An adult is about 4 feet long. Think fun-sized candy bar of the dolphin world. They have rounded, Mickey Mouse-like dorsal fins, adorable. They're only found in New Zealand's coastal waters. There's an even rarer subspecies, the Maui dolphin. Only about 50 left. It's a stark reminder of how fragile these unique ecosystems are. Kiwis are fiercely protective, with major conservation efforts underway. So while you're there for the mountains, keep an eye on the water. You might spot these playful, curious little acrobats. It's like the ocean made a boutique artisanal dolphin, only in New Zealand. Let's talk politics. New Zealand was the first self-governing country to grant women the right to vote, in 1893. While others debated women's rights, New Zealand let them choose the government. This was thanks to tireless suffragettes like Kate Shepherd, now on the $10 bill. Their petition was a massive scroll with nearly 32,000 signatures, unrolled on Parliament's floor. In 1893, the world was a different place, but New Zealand made a giant leap for equality. It set a precedent the rest of the world would slowly follow. This spirit of progressivism is still a huge part of Kiwi identity. Early welfare state, anti-nuclear, and among the first to legalize same-sex marriage. They ask, how can we be better, and actually do the work? The social landscape is as impressive as the mountains. Ready for a language lesson? New Zealand has a hill with the world's longest place name. Taumata hanga koawota matiat urupuka kapikimanga horonukupokai wenu akitanatahu. 85 letters. Yes, it's real. Locals just call it Taumata. The Maori name tells a whole story about Tamatea, his knees, and his flute. It's a historical marker, a poem, and a GPS coordinate in one. The full name is on a sign, perfect for tourist selfies. It's a great example of the deep connection to Maori culture. Language here is storytelling, history, and identity. It forces you to slow down and actually look at the sign. Go on, try to say it. See? Harder than climbing the hill. Since 1987, New Zealand has been a nuclear-free zone, by law. No nuclear power plants, no nuclear ships, no nuclear weapons. This policy caused a rift with the US Navy, who wouldn't confirm or deny if their ships were nuclear. New Zealand chose principle over military alliance, a bold move. There's a deep independence and commitment to peace here. About 80% of their electricity comes from renewables. They participate in peacekeeping, but draw a clear line on nukes. They've decided what kind of country they want to be. It's like they're the designated driver for the planet. Every country has a national symbol. New Zealand, the kiwi, a small, fuzzy, flightless bird with a comically long beak. Objectively one of the weirdest birds on the planet, and New Zealand loves it. Choosing the kiwi is a masterclass in humility and self-awareness. The kiwi bird proves you don't need to fly to be iconic. New Zealanders are called Kiwis. It's an identity. The kiwi fruit isn't even from New Zealand, they just branded it. The bird is on coins, the stock exchange, everywhere. Sadly, the kiwi is endangered, threatened by introduced predators. There are massive conservation efforts to save them. It's a symbol of pride and the fragility of their natural heritage. A weird little bird with a big responsibility. Think New Zealand can't get more magical? Meet the Waitomo glowworm caves. The ceilings are covered in thousands of glowworms, radiating blue-green light. It's like a subterranean galaxy. The glowworms are actually fungus gnat larvae. Their light is a trap for prey. That beautiful starry sky? A glittering death trap. But don't let that ruin the magic. You float in silence through the caves, surrounded by living constellations. Who needs nightlights when you have glow-in-the-dark bugs? Some of the most spectacular sights are hidden away in the dark. It's nature's fiber optic light show. Beautiful, a little creepy, and 100% New Zealand. This sounds fake, but it's true. New Zealand had an official government-appointed wizard. Ian Brackenbury Channel, aka the Wizard, was on the payroll for over 2 decades. Christchurch paid him to provide acts of wizardry and other wizard-like services. He'd appear in public, cast spells, perform rain dances, and act as a living art installation. He was appointed by the Prime Minister. He settled in Christchurch in the 1970s and just started being a wizard. The public loved him, so the city embraced him. He got a driver's license as the Wizard and a paycheck. If you can't beat him, hire him as a wizard. Sometimes what a city needs most isn't another parking garage, but a wizard. For adrenaline junkies, New Zealand lets you ski and surf in the same day. Thanks to its geography, you can hit the slopes in the morning and the waves in the afternoon. The South Island's Southern Alps run down the middle. The coast is never far. Drive an hour or two, swap ski boots for a wetsuit, and you're surfing. This isn't a fantasy, it's a legit weekend plan for locals. It's the Kiwi get-amongst-it attitude. The day ends when you run out of daylight or energy. What did you do this weekend? Ski, surf, repeat. 2 climates, 2 sports, 2 worlds, all in a few hours. Efficiency, but for fun. New Zealand is home to Blue Lake, Roto Mare Whenua, the clearest fresh water ever measured. Visibility, up to 80 meters, as clear as distilled water. This is a natural lake, as pure as lab water. Photos blur the line between air and water. The water's violet-blue hue is only visible because it's so pure. It's fed by water filtered through mountains and another lake. The local Maori consider it sacred. You can't swim, only look, not touch. Standing at Blue Lake is humbling. It's the planet showing off. New Zealand has more golf courses per capita than anywhere else. Over 400 courses for 5 million people, one for every 12,500. Golf isn't just for the elite, it's accessible and relaxed. Courses are found on cliffs, by geothermal vents, and among sheep. On some courses, sheep are the groundskeepers. You might have to shoo a flock off the green before you putt. It's about getting outdoors and not taking things too seriously. So, pack your clubs. You'll never wait for a tee time. Just be ready to share the course with the locals. The woolly ones. The New Zealand accent can sound like Australian, but don't mix them up. Fish and chips becomes fush and chups, but it's not Aussie. Mistaking a Kiwi for an Aussie is a classic blunder. The key difference is in the vowels. Kiwis have a short I shift. To a Kiwi, the difference is night and day. It's a point of national pride. They are not Australia. The rivalry is mostly friendly, but the identity is fierce. Calling them Australian is like calling a Canadian an American. Pro tip, if you're not sure, don't guess. Appreciate the accent and keep your assumptions to yourself. New Zealand has the world's steepest residential street, Baldwin Street in Dunedin. For every 2.86 meters you walk, you go up 1 meter. A 35% grade, and engineering absurdity. It's a real street where real people live. Your car's brakes and your calves will hate you. Houses look like they're sinking into the hillside. The street was designed by planners in London who never saw the terrain. Builders just went ahead and built it anyway. Now it's a tourist attraction. Forced perspective photos, races, and rolling candy. Proof that Kiwis turn planning mistakes into beloved traditions. There you have it, 15 reasons New Zealand is the planet's quirky, overachieving cousin. From government wizards to gravity-defying streets, it's a country full of surprises. Sheep outnumber people, fantasy is reality, and the clearest water is sacred. Progressive, peaceful, and with a healthy relationship to both golf and glowworms. Which fact made you want to pack your bags, or just Google more sheep memes? If you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more weird and wonderful adventures. We promise the next journey will be just as ridiculous. Thanks for watching. See you next time.